Hello guys, welcome back to S3D, and today we're gonna talk about the Bandai Hobby or Bandai Spirits customized scene base number one. So this is another one of those action base situation or model kit for your 1144 scale Gunpla or your PLAMO, like 30-minute missions. Obviously, you can see here it's mostly used with 30-minute missions kits, but you can definitely use it with your gunpla and other stuff. Now, again, these things are completely made of polystyrene, so there's durability issues when it comes to these type of plastic. So anyway, we have the construction right here. Yeah, there's a couple things you can do for customization and stuff like that. You got a couple options for these connectors. Allows you to display model kits once they are connected onto the base, stuff like that. Okay, so the reason why I'm reviewing this, my friend actually lent me this kit, is they want to see my opinion of this thing compared to the Tamashii Act Humanoid or the Tamashii Stages. Well, I can tell you something right off the bat, since this thing, it's nice, but it's still polystyrene, and I don't think when it comes to durability, you're just not gonna get anything compared to these. And what's also nice about these Tamashii stands is they use metal parts for the joints, so that further reinforces the base even more. This thing is $9. This thing usually costs around $5 to $10. So yeah, I mean, for if you're just gonna display something that you're gonna use to move around with, stuff like that, you can't beat this. But this thing serves like multiple purposes. Obviously, you can tell even without the connectors and stuff, this thing can be used as a diorama piece. So that's really good. So you not only have a diorama piece, but you also have these connectors here to let you display the model kit. So we're gonna start out with these two. So this one right here is this is a new design. It's like one of a very simplistic design, kind of based on some of their older, cheaper bases that they include with the model kits. So you get this, and then yeah, I mean that's all it is. You can take this apart and then reconnect them with these individual rods if you want to extend the length of it. So yeah, I mean this one's okay. It's pretty solid. So let's go ahead and disconnect this and put this on here and see how it holds out. Obviously, again, like I tell you, it is still polystyrene, so you're gonna get that, just inherent flimsiness out of the material. Really, nothing you can do about that. And then we have this one right here, this display piece. This one is like the more traditional one that you have seen multiple times. These ball joint to this thing. These things are quite weak. You can reinforce it with some glue, but then if you increase the thickness too much, you're gonna have a difficult time like moving these. So that's gonna become a problem. Like believe it or not, like the older action base, like the action base 1 and action base 2, they do actually give you like screws to reinforce the articulation point. I don't know why they decided to go cheap on the newer ones. If you can reinforce these joint parts with metal screws and bolts and screws and stuff like that, you can significantly increase the durability. It's just like yeah, I mean, even with these like parts, like these extension points being made from polystyrene, I think you can still have something quite durable and quite, you can use it for articulation and stuff like that, and you shouldn't really have any problem. But when it's just all polystyrene, I think that's when we run into a serious problem with durability. All right, so anyway, we also got these grabbing parts. You know, if you have figures or model kits that don't have connection point, you can use these. Quite frankly, these things sucks, and I would never use them. They're just not reliable, and I do not recommend it. But that's just a personal opinion. If it works for you, it works for you. So there's that. All right, so we got these pieces right here. This thing is actually really problematic. Originally, I thought it was a good idea because everyone, including my friends in Japan, told me these things are pretty useful, right? Right out of the box, when you use the ball joint piece, it looks like this. The ball joint goes in here into this plug, and then you connect the connection rods in there, and then it allows you to move around. Now, basically, it's super loose and it comes apart super easily. So what I did is I put some super glue around it. This is actually not mine, so I do want to apologize to my friend who lent me this. I think I broke your kit. I completely messed it up, so I do apologize for that. But anyway, I'll compensate you somehow for this. I have to take some responsibility for messing up somebody's kit. But it was super loose, right out the. Yeah, it's just super loose. So basically, I put some super glue around that ball joint, and then I stick it back in, and then the super glue actually, it's the layer that I put on it was too thick, so now it's like, damaging the polystyrene. See, this is the problem with polystyrene. It's just not a very durable plastic. It's basically the cheapest plastic there is available out there, and it sucks. And look, this is just for me, like, articulating that ball joint. You can see the section's already all, stressed. That means that at some point it's just gonna break. And this thing is not moving anymore. Basically, it's just stuck in that one position because of the super glue. Basically, I guess it's essentially just stuck forever. So yeah, I totally messed it up. So anyway, we have that. And then we connect this to the extender right there. And up here, we have another ball joint. So again, I did the same thing with the super glue, but this one's a little, I didn't put too many, it wasn't too thick enough that this thing won't move around. When it's, when I didn't put the super glue on it, it was like super loose. So now, it's a little bit thicker. So allows it to hold its hold itself in there without coming apart. Before, without the super glue on there, this thing was just like coming loose, and the kit was falling off the thing constantly. So yeah, now that I attached that to it, you definitely can do some stuff with it. I think that's part of the super glue that's kind of coming loose now. But yeah. Again, this is actually a very light kit, and just because these things are all polystyrene, it's just not very durable. And yeah, I still recommend going with the Tamashii base if you want something that you can move around. If you want to move around this thing constantly or something like that. Tamashii base is definitely your choice to go. I mean, you don't have to worry about this thing falling off. You don't have to worry about this thing like flopping around and just make you nervous and stuff like that. This works perfectly fine. But yeah, this thing has a purpose. It's if you get multiple of these, you can use it as a diorama scene situation. If you're gonna like create diorama where like you have model kits just like flying, hovering, and stuff like that, and fighting each other, yeah, it's perfectly fine too. So for the value, around $5 to $10, yeah, I definitely still recommend getting these for your Gunpla or for your 30-minute missions kit. It's a very cheap way to build a display diorama set like that if you want to like build a base or something, and also work with other effect pieces, like the desert or the snow or the water situation, and you can build like a armory or hangar situation when you have multiple of it. So yeah, I would count these as a bonus. I mean, they're okay, not super good, but not, it's not unacceptable either for the price point. Yeah, just be aware of the durability issues. And still, if you wanted something for display purposes that you can, move around for whatever reason, some people like to pose their kits every day. I often get that in the comment section. Hey, I want to buy this model kit, and I want to mess around with it every day. Do you think which kit is good for doing that? Well, you go with the most basic stuff, like the high grade RX-78. Yeah, the more basic the kit is, the more stuff you can do. But you got to make sure they're modern kits with engineer mechanical joints instead of polycaps. If it's like a polycap joints, they will fall apart, and then you'll just be frustrated. But with a modern kit with engineer joints, and you don't have a lot of crap attached to it, you don't have wings, you don't have crazy attachments and stuff like that. I don't think you're gonna have a problem with posing the kit every day. And if you really want something that you can just pose every day reliably, go with an action figure. Plenty of robot Tamashii figures out there. So anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys find the information helpful. Thanks for watching.